it moved.
Man, this shit's crazy. Snowmageddon in Florida.
Here we go.
We doing it.
Not that fun as it used to be, though. Holy dude. Like, the snow really came down. Like, the snow seriously came down.
Man, these folks ain't used to all this. Man, it's melting off pretty quick.
Yeah, it's gonna start. Especially on this side because the sun.
Man, it's crazy. Cletus is out there hanging out with Dave Sparks right now, having fun up in the snow. He could have just stayed in Florida.
Snow is crazy. Oh, there's actually, I think there's like a little side down here. If you turn, you'll probably see it. Should be right down over there. See the foot marks? Right over there. That'd be a good snow wheeling spot.
Oh, we ain't doing much snow wheeling on these tires, man.
Can't do nothing really.
Nah, get some Pirellis. 35s are sitting in the shed out back.
So bumpy. It's melting pretty fast.
Yeah. Well, finally, our winter wonderland is melting away. Craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. 8 inches of snow in Florida, and it's still around 2 days later. Finally getting some melt off. Roads back to normal-ish. And this is still ice. But that's what the highway was made out of. And that's why they were all completely closed down. Because we got no plows here. We got no salt trucks. We got nothing. Florida ain't prepared for this. Alright, so everything's back to normal. What we're doing today, bumper. So you can see I got the whole rear of this thing all cleaned up. That silly little hitch things off of there. We did some trimming to our plastic here for the inner fender liner. A little bracket, side bracket that held on the plastic bumper. That's cut, and I decided to go ahead and slap a coat of paint on here. It's just some black. Hint, hint, wink, wink. More to come on that later. Anyways, I sat here and contemplated whether to build the rear bumper around this, I don't know, cladding piece that's on a lot of the Mercedes, but this 2055, it's glued on. There's no bolts, there's nothing holding this thing on. After this, they are bolt on, so a lot easier to remove. But if you don't have bolts on the inside of the trunk, this is how you get it off. The little string handles, I said we were going to get it off with some cheese wire. Basically the same thing. Snatched this off of Amazon for like $7-8. Comes with a bunch of pieces of string. I'm already on my third one, and I'm about 2/3 of the way done. It's a slow process, especially since it's so cold. Might be better with a heat gun on it. I don't know. I'm just going. And it's coming off. Nice and slow. Try not to break all the string. Comes with a bunch. Long story short, because I'll sit here and talk about that crap all day. It was just too much. It hangs down an extra 2 inches. It sticks out an extra 2 inches. That's going to stick our bumper way the hell out here. And our departure angle is just going to be garbage. So the whole point of building these things as close to the body as possible is for functionality, and it looks better. You don't want a bumper sticking way the hell out here, and it changes the whole angle. You might not think it's much, but in reality, you're looking at a couple degrees there, it just doesn't look right. It looks like somebody was lazy and said, screw it, I'll just build around this. I can't do that, even though it's going to take me a good 30 minutes to get this thing off without destroying it. I want to do it for you guys to show it can be done. For those of you that are like me and don't have bolts to get it off, it's possible. Just take some time, be patient. It only comes with so much string. You can get your own string, fishing line, I don't know. It's got to be something with some grip to pull this stuff off. But as soon as I get this off, I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, well, slow and steady. Finally got that thing off there. It's a lot of adhesive, glue, whatever they used on this thing. But we got it off without any damage. What up, guys? John Infidel Garage. Yeah, kind of beat. It's been a minute since I posted a video. I've been working hard here in the garage, knocking out a couple projects, knocking out a couple things inside the house. Between this and trying to get the bathroom back together, and we're always doing something trying to make this house a little bit better than when we got it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the project in the garage and see our progress. So what we're looking at, got our dual swing out, jerry can on the driver's side, gonna have a spare tire on the passenger side, waiting on a plasma guy to go ahead and get us some circles cut here. So we can get this one knocked out, one for me, one for another customer. We got a whole bunch of bumpers to build, but I mean, this is pretty much exactly like the old one that I had. Nothing's really changed. Same latch system. Honestly, the only thing that has changed between this and the last one is that the parts aren't laser cut, but they look great and they're thicker. So before I was using, I think it was 3/16 for these kinds of plates. Everything from now on is just going to be 1/4 inch. So big 1/4 inch stuff. Just like the last one. It's got the same kind of latch releases. Same bearing systems. Everything swings nice and smooth. Locks in there. Boom. Nice and sturdy. But that's for the rear. Also the corners are tied in the same. So this is completely bolt on, removable, all that kind of stuff once you get the cross member welded in. So of course cross member is included, all the hardware, everything you need to get it to this point. Plus also a place to actually put your tire. Unless you want to weld your wheel to that, that wouldn't work out so well. But let's take a look at the front. So same deal on the front. Everything here is made at a 1/4 inch. We've got mounts for our 3-inch aux beam lights here and our big 7-inch aux beam lights that are going up here. Other than that, really nothing has changed. The winch mount design, everything's the same. I'm in Florida, right near the beach, so rust is a thing. It's all surface rust. It'll buff out. Everything comes off real easy. Got another customer's rock sliders sitting here waiting for those to get that car to get here so we can install them. And a whole bunch of 1-inch stuff pre-bent for building roof racks. That's the next thing going on with this one. It's gonna be a roof rack. Got like 2 or 3 of those to build. So the 55 AMG is supposed to be on 35s and it's supposed to be lifted, and it's not. Busy with some customer orders and working on something new. I said this about 2 years ago, maybe 3 by now, before I left California, and I got to try them out. We were working with some really cheap coilovers to see if they would work. We were able to trade out the top hats of those things with the factory Mercedes top hats off the rear struts. Get those smashed on there, and they worked. They bolted in. They kept the truck at the correct ride height. They were adjustable. They were good. They were okay. They were really soft, put it that way. They were not the right spring rate for the weight of the vehicle, even though we used front struts thinking that engine weight of a big inline-6 iron block motor would have been enough to equal out with the back of one of these. It's not. Or they were just super cheap, which they were. I think I got the whole kit for like $350, $400. And that was all 4 corners. Long story short, those things don't work. Moving on to something that's a specific length coilover, and we can match springs. We can go all the way from like a 100-pound spring up to I think a 650-pound spring. I'm about to place the order for a 500-pound spring. It's a 12-inch spring that goes on the coilover. It's going to have a 14-inch ride height, 17-inch extended length, and about a 12-inch compressed length. Now with that, they are both just bolt-on or bolt-through coilover designs. There's no top hats, no bottom, nothing. So one thing we just got to come up with, we're going to use the same U-bolt looking deal for the bottom mount. And for the top, we're going to have to just basically cut out a plate that's going to mimic the top hat of the rear strut and weld in some eyelets for a bolt to go through. Pretty simple stuff. Hopefully it works out. I'm going to try them out for about a month. If they ride well, I'm going to start taking them off-road, abusing them. And once they prove themselves and I don't end up in a ditch somewhere that I didn't want to be in, I'll feel safe selling the kits, and we'll get away from using some 1-inch blocks sitting on top of some factory struts. Alright, so that's the update here at Infidel Garage. We're kicking out bumpers, we're doing roof racks, we're doing all the things, lifts. As always, get those MLs lifted, put them up on some big tires, and get them dirty. Catch y'all later.